What is up, everybody? Carlos here, and I just want to talk to you a little bit about Charlie Kirk. What happened? You know, so he was a political activist, right? I never really watched his stuff. He was always on the YouTube ads since 2018. I remember him. I don't know if that's the same dude that was in the meme where there was a dude with a coffee mug and says, "Changed my mind." I don't know if that was him. Maybe it was him, maybe not. But I remember him being the political activist that he is, going to college campuses and debating about the tuition, colleges, And then from there, I went to politics, like, you know, healthcare, crime, um, and financial instability, all that stuff. He was a Republican, you know. He uh, he endorsed Trump. He was a big Trump supporter, and well, most of the stuff that he's done, I never really agreed on. He's had many mishaps. He's had a lot of successful stuff, though. A lot of stuff that includes being a college dropout, making a career out of being a political activist, and people actually enjoying these types of debates. As for me, I didn't really see about or didn't care about his beliefs, being that he was a Republican from the start. His political views are different than mine, but that doesn't give me the right to kill him. You know, people kill people because of either their wrongdoing or because of political rights or because they just don't like you. That's very bad. It's not a good thing. But there's always going to be people that are going to kill somebody just because they said something on the internet or because something was publicized on TV. And like I said, it's just not right. It's not a way to go. It's not a way to go. He was 31. I'm older than him. I'm not gonna say how old I am, but I know I'm older than him by a couple of years. He had a good career being a debater, even though I really don't understand how that is actually a career. But I'm guessing he gets endorsements from other stuff, from other people, through donations and charities. And well, he was a good debater. Most of the stuff I didn't really care about, whether or not it was right or wrong, because most of the time, not everything he said was truthful. He was just trying to make himself look or appear smarter than the other person. Just trying to make him a puppet or make them a fool out of themselves by saying something that be little known, that he knows that somebody else doesn't know. I can agree, and I could say is that he did good by making a lot of people mad. He rage baited them, and he was a good rage baiter. Was he a politician of sort? No, he wasn't, but he was a Republican. He supported Trump through his campaigns. And, well, like I said, I only knew him since 2018. And that's around the time I've heard of the name Charlie Kirk through ads on the YouTube videos. And it's crazy to think that as much as he's been known, that not everybody knows the whole story about his thing about being a college dropout, you know? Not even me. You know, he was a college dropout, but, you know, he made a career of what he's doing now, or what he did. But it's a shame that his life was cut short because of somebody that didn't agree with his way of saying things. And that's actually bad. That's a bad way of putting it, you know. A lot of people put somebody on blast because of something they said, or because they don't like what they said. Same thing with Charlie here. He said a lot of stuff. People didn't agree with it. There's people that agree on it. People didn't agree on it. I personally didn't care what he said. All I heard was just a bunch of baloney, to be honest. One true thing is that it is to say is that college is kind of a waste, or kind of a scam. That is true in some sort of way. But I might talk about that later. It's kind of hard for me to play at the same time and do a video. But yeah, I'm actually playing on my PSP. My PSP Go, playing with the PS3 controller. And it's pretty cool. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Charlie was a good debater. He was a good debater. He reminds me of Ben Shapiro, which is pretty much what I always thought of him as. I always thought of him as a knockoff Ben Shapiro, because Ben Shapiro is also a political activist. And, you know, I don't like Ben Shapiro either. There's a lot of stuff that I don't agree with Ben Shapiro as much as Charlie Kirk. Although if I ever did wanted to see a debate, I would have wanted to see Ben versus Charlie debate. I don't know if that's actually true or that's actually out there, but it would have been pretty cool to see that. But like I said, nobody deserves to die because of their political beliefs. Nobody deserves that. It's just because somebody's politically incorrect on something doesn't give them the right to murder somebody, you know? But this is the same thing that happened with John F. Kennedy. People didn't like his policies, and so they assassinated him. So with Charlie, but Charlie wasn't even a politician. He was just an activist, and there's a difference. But Charlie has had a name, or his own branding, and, well, like I said, that's pretty much what ended up costing his life. He just pissed off a lot of people. And as much as I say it, there's a lot of stuff that people don't agree on what I say as well. But it's the same thing. Anybody that says anything about anybody or anything and they don't agree on it, they get mad. People get mad. People like Charlie Kirk trigger a lot of people. And as what they call now these days the new term, rage bait, which I didn't even know that was actually a term, or that was the new fad that people use nowadays. He was a rage baiter. That's pretty much what this guy was doing. And people didn't like what or how he was doing it. So they just said, you know what? This guy is he's a political rage baiter. He made a lot of people mad. And also a lot of people that did not agree with his politics or his way of saying things. Whether if it was immigration, whether if it was um, whether if it was financial instability, you know, or college, or even violence. People, there was someone that did not agree with him. I didn't agree with any of the stuff that he said, but like I said, that doesn't make me the person to want to kill somebody just because I don't agree with them. No. To be honest, anyone that doesn't agree with somebody doesn't deserve this type of treatment and doesn't deserve the death penalty like he did. We're all human, you know? We all believe in something else. We all believe in a higher power. And people that cheer on, people that are laughing on Facebook or whatever, they're happy somebody died. Like, what if it was your relative? Are people gonna laugh at your sorrow, your sadness of losing a loved one, just because he said something that you didn't like? No, that's not cool. It's not right. You don't need to be doing all that. Oh man, I don't know what else to say about Charlie, but all I can say is that he didn't deserve it, and nobody on this earth deserves to die like that. Everyone deserves to live for as long as we can, you know. And this is pretty much the same type of violence that goes on everywhere, not just here in America, but South America as well, and also, you know, here in the United States, a lot of violence goes on everywhere. Chicago, Detroit, Houston. Trust me. Living in Texas and living close to a county where people are just running rampant, that scares me. It scares me as an individual, but also for my family's sake. Because what could be you could be the last time that could be you talking to your family. And you'll never know. And I see things going on here, especially shootouts, and people just they don't have morals in life, you know. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm gonna cut the video. If y'all ever need any type of help, any type of advice, I'm here for you. I'm a person that actually listens to people, and to be frank with you, anyone that's watching, if you made it this far. Um, when I'm at work, a lot of people always come to me for advice, and more than 80% of the time, I'm right. I give them good advice. I tell them to do this, do that, um, to apologize, to try to make amends, to you know try to befriend, to try to get along, to do anything, to do it in a good way, in a good mood. I'm doing it in a good sense of humane way, you know. I don't, like I said, I don't wish death upon anybody. I don't, I have people that I don't like, but I will never dream of them killing or getting them killed, If they die of their own accident or their own cause, that's their own fault. But I wouldn't wish upon death upon my enemies, and you shouldn't too. So this be a lesson to you people that are out there that hate on people for no apparent reason, whether if it's skin color, race, ethnic, oh my goodness, I don't know how to pronounce that word. Ethnicity, I don't remember. Anyway, whatever. Ethnic. Anyway, just don't be that person. Don't be that person. Because you regret it. And not only will you pay the consequences, but it'll live with you for the rest of your life. It'll torment you. You'll be suffering. You will have a lot of guilt. And the only way that for that guilt to disappear is if you were to do something with yourself or have somebody do it for you. But, like I said, it's never a good thing. It's never a good thing. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. And as always, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay vigilant. Y'all watch your surroundings. All that good stuff. I will see y'all guys on the next video. And until next time. Later, guys.